welcome to Survive the Unexpected with your host Frank Pacino and my partner in crimes, James Hansen, Mike Schaefer, and Manny Bryan, and we're here to talk about Survivor 47. The first two episodes we weren't able to link up a time for the premiere, so we're just gonna jam the first two episodes in this episode. Um, so let's talk about the premiere first of all. What do you guys think of the premiere? Were you guys fans of it? We just actually did our top premieres. So I'm curious in how you guys feel about the premiere.
I think if we redid it, this one probably would have made this premiere probably would have made that list.
Okay.
I think so too. I don't think it was like an excellent premiere. Like we didn't get like an insane boot or like just a lot of the really good premieres tended to be like returnee seasons too, especially on our list, just because you're seeing these like great players we wanted to see again in like this setting with other players that you haven't seen them interact with before. So I think I'll let that default that puts it above. But like for a new season like premiere, like this was great and like I mean, we pretty much got to see like what was going on in all three of the tribes, and like it wasn't as much bullshit as the last few seasons. Like we kind of got straight to the game and the game relationships and stuff. And I just really think we have a good potential with this cast based on the first two episodes. But I could see that even after just the first episode.
I thought they did a great job of making each tribe have its own story, and it was really easy to follow. And they made us, like there's still a couple people we don't really know very well, but the ones that we do know well, we got a good story with them and how they interact with other people. And I don't think we get a lot of that sometimes in Premiere. Sometimes in Premiere we get the challenges or Jeff or whatever it is, the marooning. The list goes on. But I feel like this one was really story centric, and I like that.
And it's different. This like the story that Amanda's talking about is different than like some stories we get like a ton of like backstories like nobody fucking cares about. We didn't get that this time. It was all really just focused on the game, which I loved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, like I think that I want to say Jeff has taken some of the negativity from 41 and 42, like that we got like with the bad twist and like a lot of the little like montagey flashbacks that we got, especially in the pre-merge, pretty much from like every single person in the game. They had to like tell their little like sob story with a little like montage from home and stuff. And like that's nice to see sometimes, but like it ate up a lot of the stuff. And I feel like they've taken the criticism from the earlier new era a little bit and have made some changes. They haven't changed everything, but they've definitely made some changes. And I don't know, like the casting has been like on paper it's diverse and it has to be diverse now, but I feel like this first few seasons we didn't really get an actual like diverse group of like different type of people, but these seasons we're actually getting like I think more interesting people the last 3 or 4 seasons. So I think that they are adapting to the new era and taking some of the criticism of the negative things that they did and are making some changes. And I think that's kind of nice to see.
So I dug the premiere. I thought the second episode was better than the premiere in my opinion. I just my big thing is like we seen another meltdown in Andy, and I just don't want it become a Banu 2.0, and that's my biggest fear. Is like if they go to tribal again, is he gonna break down again? Is he gonna freak out and then have to see Banu take up all the screen time again? I don't want to see that. That's my biggest fear. Okay, Andy seems like a nice guy. I just don't want that on my TV screen. I don't want someone like they didn't cheer for me cutting up a coconut. So these people don't like me. Like that's one of the weirdest things I've ever seen on Survivor.
This episode though, like you had like the edit almost like I feel like if he's sitting at home watching this edit, it's like these people like he wants the people to like him, but it's like I feel like this is almost worse. So they're just being like fake to make it.
Yeah,
and it's like it's so clear in the edit, and like we're not getting that edit from any of the other players. Like it's just him, so it's like I'm sure he's a good guy too, but like he's definitely not been it out there. This is definitely had a very tough go.
It's
Yeah.
crazy too because I don't know how much you guys know about Andy, but I've listened to quite a bit of podcasts about this season already. And Andy has been an alternate for the past 2 seasons.
Yeah.
The past 2 seasons of Survivor has been an alternate, and as well, and like he goes to, I'm guessing, a lot of like Survivor events and like talks to, like he's a Patreon of our HAP and all that. And I think that he's very like well known in the community, like in the Survivor community. Like people know who Andy is because he's been an alternate for so many times, and he's interacted with these Survivor people. So I think he's got a lot of support behind him, like a lot of fan support behind him that really want him to do well. And I think that they're taking this edit and they're making the story out of it. I'm not saying he's like the winner or anything like that, but I think that he goes pretty far because I just feel like they're getting that story built up for him. I don't see him going pre-merge.
See, I said after the premiere, like after he didn't go home in the first episode, like he's either gonna have a Bono arc or he's gonna have a David Wright arc. Right now, it's leaning more towards he's gonna have a Bono arc.
Yeah,
Where he's gonna flame out pre-merge.
So like we already see though that like if they go to tribal again, like Sam is the one who's clearly, if he is or not, trying to pull the strings around that tribe. And like we saw it very apparent with the amount of confessionals he got last episode, which
16.
which is crazy. But I think Sam is going to try to target what's her name?
Annika?
Annika, yeah. I think that she would be his next target at least, and if he could get one of the girls to do that, like
Annika was saying, like if you guys watch the scene for like the next episode or whatever, it said that like she's accusing like Sierra and Sam of being in a showmance, but Sam's married.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure they're both
woman.
I thought they like both were, and like I definitely saw that like flirty vibe that he was trying to like give off the first episode. So I could see her like calling that out for sure. But like just the way he was with Andy, the amount of focus on him trying to just pull Andy in as his number the last episode too tells me that like Andy's not going to be the vote if they go.
I want to get to Sam. I want to get to Sam later because I feel we have like a lot to talk about Sam. And if we start talking about Sam now, we're gonna be held up. Is there anyone else like on the tribes or anything that stuck out to you guys that maybe didn't?
Well, I wasn't done finished talking about Andy yet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
How dumb was he for when he found the Beware Advantage? He's like, I'm gonna put this back. I'm gonna come back for it later.
I cannot believe okay, listen. I don't hate putting it back, but don't put it back there. Like,
no, he has to. He has to.
Yeah. Okay.
So, like,
okay.
It said put it back or take it with you.
I thought he just couldn't open it. I thought he just couldn't.
No, he has to put it back where it was.
Okay, that makes sense.
You have to open it. So like, I don't completely hate that for a normal player, but for someone in Andy's position, you don't do that. You take it. Yeah, you take it. Like, and it was pretty clear that one of the other people was gonna find it after that.
But like, I get it. Like, if you don't want the advantage because you're too afraid, you don't want it. Cool. Don't say, "Oh, I'll come back for it later." Fucking take it. Especially like James just said, if you're Andy and you think you're going home if you lose, it doesn't fucking matter if you have your vote or not. You need the idol.
You need to do something with it. You need to either,
especially if you keep saying you're not fitting in with these people, like you keep preaching to the camera every 5 seconds. Like, if you're not fitting in with these people and you think you're a target to go home and you don't want to go home, there's your ticket right there. Who the fuck cares about a vote at that point? You're not voting with them anyway.
Mm-hmm. So,
all right. So, but just onto while we're still on the idol thing. So with the idol here, Andy put it back, and then Sam ends up finding it. Finds it with the person he's least close with, essentially. So he has to go and tell his real number one, Sierra, and then has to tell Rachel, who has already heard from Annika that Sam found the idol. So like, there's a lot going on here with that. But for me too, like especially in the spot Sam is in, how good is that idol really to do all that, like for one tribal council?
None.
At that point, I'm going for the three tribal.
Exactly. There's so much
Like, I
effort
don't-
behind it.
I don't get
And you've
the
already
money
roped so many
to do that.
people in.
With all that effort, like you go for it for the three tribes, especially if everybody already knows. Like, you can't be sketchy looking for it. Like all you do at that point is you say this idol's for all of us, but like if it's in your possession, it's really only your idol. They just happen to know about it, which they already
Yeah.
do anyway. So like I guess he thinks if he just has it for the one tribal, you get rid of it, and then it gets rid of that target. But I would have, with the position that he was in, I would have went for it for the three.
It,
Alright.
it gives, it
When
gives
we
you
get
a
to the blue
target.
tribe, I will go off about the idols when we get to the blue tribe.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot to say about it, but we can move on.
Okay. All right. So, a character that stood out these 2 episodes, good or bad, to me was Rome. He got a lot of screen time these 2 episodes, and probably not for the right reasons.
My number 1 draft pick.
Wow.
So like
He-
it goes
I'm sorry.
What'd you say,
Go on,
Amanda?
Frank.
I said
so,
I'm sorry.
my
Yeah, is it better than your first pick?
one of my favorite moments of the season so far is Rome walking up while they're looking at his idol box, and it's Teeny, and he's like stomping. You get to see, like,
Oh
see
my
like
God.
Monster stomping, like he's furious.
Yes.
And he like, move out of my way. Oh, give me my box.
I just can't, like, that was so bad of Teeny. Like, so bad. I just
Well,
like
it was bad of Rome to tell Teeny.
It was bad of
Yeah.
him to tell
Rome to
her
tell Teeny.
and trust her that much, but her doing that and getting caught, like that's bad. But it was so funny because I love when stuff like that happens on the show. And yeah, while we're on the Red Tribe too, like the first episode, you just have Rome looking like a complete buffoon, being sketchy, looking for the idol, and then like
It was so
it kind
funny.
of goes beyond that though, because the second episode, like we didn't just have that, we had a lot of like the way he was talking about himself was really rubbing the rest of his tribe the
Yeah.
wrong way. That's almost as bad as the idol thing. Like I don't see him getting out of, like I could see Andy getting out of where he is just for the essential like part of being like basically dragged almost essentially. It
So-
seems like.
Yeah.
So this is
But
where
Rome, I feel like is not going to recover from this. Like
No.
I don't.
Well, he's got one tribal to make some work.
He's got
yeah, you got one
tribe.
trouble. So Rome reminds me, like how we were talking about, like they kind of had the same archetype. He reminds me of Sifu. That's
little
who
bit.
Rome gave me vibes of, was Sifu. I wouldn't say a I wouldn't say exact copy, but like an off-brand of Sifu. That's what
He gives
Rome
me
reminds
JD.
me
He
of.
gives me JD vibes.
I am
JD.
JD,
Yeah.
that's a better comparison.
100% JD vibes.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
guy who is like a little too cocky, like for nothing.
He
and-
literally, Rome is literally JD and Coach put together. He's delusional as fuck. He's delusional as fuck. Like,
What are you
he's
talking about? He
delusional
could have
like
gone
Coach.
pro, Amanda. He could have
Oh my
made it to
God.
the
Hey,
league.
he's gonna be on the next On Fire podcast, guys. Just so you know, Rome's on the next On Fire podcast, according to him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he could have made the league. He could have been a rapper too.
But not
A
the actual
rapper.
not the actual Survivor podcaster on his tribe, but him. He's going to be the one on the
Yeah.
On Fire.
Yeah, he could have been a rapper. You know, that shit made me laugh so hard. He's like, I could have been a rapper, and he like says 3 words, and he's like, oh, I could have did it. I could have did it.
I loved
Alright, so
Aisha. I loved Aisha trying to steal that key from TK's hands in the fucking water. Those are the people you love to see, like they're playing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed TK and her both on that journey because I thought they
Yeah.
both just went all out.
And all right, let's talk about the journey for a second. Do you guys like how the new Sweat and Savvy? That's what we'll call it.
I like this better than the Sweat and
I
Savvy.
I liked it a lot more. Too.
Yeah,
and like
I agree.
I liked how they interacted there.
Yeah, I really do like how it takes a little bit of people, and like I really wish we see more conversations because they're talking, but ultimately it didn't matter because TK obviously left. But But they had conversations on that journey that was more substantial than what we saw.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
like you just said, because
Yeah.
TK went so early, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Well, and here's my thing too is like before we get onto the Blue Tribe and how it is like TK and is her name Aisha? Is that what
Asia.
it is?
Asia.
Asia. Okay, Asia. So you have TK and Asia both there, and you have TK who goes back to his tribe, and he cannot fit in with these people, right? But then you have Asia who goes back, and she literally just fits right in with everybody, and it's crazy to see how like two different ways it can go. You know what I'm saying? With no advantages involved, no fucking vote losses, none of that bullshit. It's just you either win supplies for your tribe or you don't, and then you go back and see whether being gone socially is worth it or not worth it. Apparently. So you think TK would have went home if it wasn't for him being gone?
I don't think being gone.
I don't think it had anything to do with it. No, I don't. So like, all right, just really quick back because we were still talking about Rome, I guess, in Asia from that perspective. That tribe they haven't gone to tribal yet, so they're definitely the ones, the red that we've seen the least of. We've gotten almost no Saul, who I do like the little bit we've seen from him. I think he has a chance to be a player. They're just not throwing him in our faces right now, but I really did like him. And then Genevieve, I think out of everybody we've seen the least from her by
the purple edit for sure right now.
She does not even exist.
Has she had a confessional?
She's only had one, and it was she only had one confessional. It was in the first episode.
Yikes, that's tough. One confessional.
One confessional and 2 episodes. The first 2 episodes at that. But they're kind of making the red tribe the tribe that they're not really showing as much. I mean, the only story we got from the red tribe pretty much was Rome. I mean, and I guess a little bit of Teeny, but
I think so. My perspective so far, Saul and Genevieve, we hardly know anything about them. Keyshawn, we got the confession about him wanting to be under the radar and the opposite of what Rome is doing. And I think he seems like he could be a smart player.
He's got staying power. If he got the confession, he has staying power.
Yeah.
I think Asia and Teeny are the two that stand out for me. They're the two I definitely see making the merge out of that tribe.
I don't know. Teeny, I think Teeny is gonna. I wonder if she's gonna play too hard and people are gonna catch on that she's got alliances. And
Teeny will not win. She'll just be there for
she won't win. I think people are gonna like her, and I think she's gonna be around for a while.
Okay, so
I think her mouth may eventually get her in trouble. I think she's gonna that's what I think. I think she's gonna play too hard.
Let's talk about the first boot and John Lovett and the whole Andy situation with him breaking down at the challenge. That was so wild to me. Andy freaking out like that, and then like John just receiving strays for no reason. Did you think that was the right move for them to vote out John?
Yeah,
it was. But it was the right move, but they didn't know it was the right move when they did it.
Yeah. So I think it was solely because if Andy is not holding up as good mentally, he may not be as helpful and as much of an asset in the challenges as his physical appearance may lead off. But we saw the last season where they got rid of Jelinski instead of Banu at the first tribal, or Jess or Banu, and they regretted it. And we've seen it happen in the new era where there's just been these tribes that get decimated, and tribe strength does matter, and it's not like John. John wasn't aligning with the Sam and the 3 girls necessarily. Andy, John's person. So it's at that point, if John's not gonna just target Andy either, if he's gonna try to target one of you have to just get rid of him at that point. So I don't think it was the wrong move.
I think John Lovett was in the wrong tribe. Imagine him being on the red tribe.
Oh, he wouldn't have survived if Rome was there.
Yeah.
Well, with Rome having the idol, I don't think he would have.
I don't think he would have. Actually, you're right.
I don't think John would have been good on any tribe.
No,
Really?
I think Well, we'll
He
get to
was
the
not.
we'll get
He
to
was
the
not.
we'll get to what potentially happens with Rome's idol later, but I do have an interesting thing on what I think is going to happen with it. But yeah, no, back to this. Like John, yeah, I think if John was on a different tribe, he may have been all right. But I think with those getting like put with those three like younger ish girls and Sam, who is going to be more shifted to work
Well,
with
and,
those people.
and Sam and Teeny are the two youngest in the whole game at 24.
24, yeah. It's not a young cast, but
No, it's not.
like John is still one of the oldest people out there, and it is harder to fit in.
We don't have the older man archetype though this season.
We have an older woman.
An older woman, but not an older man.
But yeah, like so. Do you guys think John played it bad? Like, do you think he shot
Yes.
himself in the foot? Because I do. Some people think John.
Yeah.
He should not have stuck his neck out for Andy even a little.
No, let Andy sink his
bit. That was
ship, and
so
then
bad.
Yeah.
like I get what he's thinking, but like, dude, Andy's no good to you. He just threw you out in front of not just your own tribe, all the tribes.
Yep, the entire game.
The entire
Yeah.
game. So even if you somehow pulled that move off, all it's doing is drawing attention to you and Andy.
Exactly.
And guess what? They're not worried about Andy because they just seen him break down. They're worried about you. So yeah, I thought it was a terrible, terrible move by John. I think he was in a lose-lose. though.
Yeah, he should have known when the girls said, "Oh, we're going to tell him your name as the name instead." You know, that way he doesn't know what's going on. He should have known right then and there.
If I was him, I would have just said, "Yeah, let's do Andy," and I would have played my shot in the dark and hope for the best.
Yeah.
That's what I would have done. And then hopefully you guys win the next challenge. That's all you can do at that point.
Yeah.
So,
Especially since the last. Well, and I wonder too because the last season that they saw was 45, and they had a swap that season. So it's like I wonder if they think that they're going to have another swap their season. I'm curious about that. I don't know if they talked about. I mean, they're.
I hope
Well,
so.
no.
There was
I
no
hope.
swap. There was no swap in 46.
I know. I said 45.
they seen 40.
Oh, I thought you
That's
said
the
the
last
one.
No, the last season they have seen is 45. They were already out on the island. They've seen 46.
Yeah, they at least saw the first half of 46 because when 46 ended, they still hadn't started filming yet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
They
okay.
were
I
probably
didn't know
out in
that.
Fiji, probably around merge or something of 46.
I
Okay.
hope there's a swap. I hope
I
that,
hope there's a swap too, but I'm not
I
getting my
hope that-
hopes up.
No. I think that was just a like let's do it every once in a while type of thing. But this is like the standard.
They don't realize how
I
much
think
it's
they're trying to
needed.
go back to the swap of way it originally was in original Survivor, where it's not all the time; it's just sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I think too. But like at that point, there still is a chance we get it here if that's their thinking. But I think it's going to be more times than not that we're not going to get a swap. Is what I think.
Yeah.
So
Kinda shitty.
I mentioned this at the get-go. I thought episode 2 was fantastic.
I did too. I really did.
I thought the whole episode was just so great. I did love what we've seen from Gabe. Gabe came across really well in that episode. A lot better than I thought he was going to throughout the whole season. He found the idol. He did get caught with it, being found with the idol. But he knew that he wanted no business teaming up with TK. And Kyle was just his side bitch, basically. And so Gabe was like, you know what? I'm online with the two outside girls. And genius, by the way. It's like rocket. It's like I loved it.
I loved what he did.
Yeah.
And like he sees like he was number 4 with TK, Kyle, Tiana, and then him. They clearly like we saw what TK was saying. Like he wanted Gabe to be in the 4th there, and Gabe was able to realize that. But Gabe was also able to do what like not many people have the balls to do that early in the game, and like be in a middle position and go with the weaker people and make this like flashier move to get rid of the strongest guy. And like, I mean, it could bite their whole tribe in the ass because this tribe could just be going boom in the challenge.
Yeah, imagine the next challenge is the swimming challenge. They're gonna be kicking themselves in the ass.
But from a game perspective, I liked the aggressiveness and the balls that Gabe had for that, and I just
Yeah.
don't like. I don't see him winning the game or anything.
Oh
Like,
no.
Oh no.
maybe not even making the merge, but like, uh, I'm also baffled. Like, let's just talk about it while we're at it right here. What was he doing with the idol, playing that idol too? Like,
The
everything
idols
he did
this
with the
season have been fucking ridiculous. First
Yeah.
off, no one went for the long-term idol.
No.
Like, you
Yeah.
could have had it for one tribal, 3 tribals, or the entire game. No one went for it for the entire game. 2 of them went for it for the one single tribal. Stupid gameplay. And Gabe was the one who didn't get it for the 1. He got it for 3, and he played it first shot for no reason.
On himself, who he was in the middle. He was 99.9% certain that he was not
So-
catching any votes at that tribal.
So-
Like, that was mind blowing to me that he played that thing on himself. I thought he was about to play it on Sue because
did I.
this is my thing. I thought he was about to play it on Sue because he was not sure what Tiana was going to do, and then I was like, even then, I thought this is what I think his reason for playing it on himself had to be. He had to have thought Tiana might not be flipping at all, and it could be 3-3 strong. That way, if he plays the idol for himself, when they go to rocks, that there's a better chance. But that's still over. That's overthinking and overplaying. in my
Overkill.
So
But
this is
that's
my
what he-
thinking. This is my thinking. I don't know for sure. This is my hunt. This is like just a thought of mine. So what if he, like, Tiana obviously knew he was voting TK, right? What
Mhm.
if he was worried that she went back and told them, and then they tried to make a play on him?
Why didn't we see that in the edit then?
I mean, because the Survivor.
We
they
might.
don't
We
show
still
them.
might. Well,
They might.
and we still might. They like doing that sometimes, where they show the flashback.
I don't think it was a great move. I don't think it was very smart, but
If that's really what his logic was, and especially if everyone thinking pretty much he had the idol, I would understand it a little more. But
I thought-
if it's for the
I
reason,
thought he
if
did
it's
it
for the
too.
reason that James said, and he was just trying to play it safe for Rock, that was absolutely asinine.
I agree. I
think
agree.
that might have been his. Do you think that might have been his thinking? Like, do you think I'm crazy for thinking that? 'Cause
No,
I think
no.
that-
Probably no, I don't. But that's just so stupid.
it
So
is stupid, but I think that's what he was actually thinking.
So
I
I
wanna go
watched
back to
TK
what Michael-
exit interview. Did you guys watch it by chance?
I
No.
did. I did, but hold on one second. But back to what Michael said. Like, I think part of it too is he knew it could either tie or go his way in a sense, and so if he plays that idol on himself, and those three people, tie on him, they vote for him, and then they vote for TK. TK automatically goes home, right?
Yeah, that's
I
true.
mean,
But
essentially, that's why I figured he
play
did
for
it.
Sue, though? But why did he play for Sue?
He should have played,
'Cause he
for
knew
Sue,
they were
but
voting for Sue.
he had to have been afraid that those 3 votes were for him and not for Sue.
I'm just trying to think, like, if he was concerned that, why didn't we see that in the edit?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like, that is bad first tribal council paranoia. in my
Also,
opinion.
what Michael said, I know exactly why no one, like, I think it is absolutely stupid to put a Final 5 idol in the first 3 days of the game. I think it is absolutely, like, the possibility of someone finding that
Why? That's
idol
how all of them
on
are.
day,
It's always been like that. Yeah.
not pre-merge, is it?
Yeah, it always is.
Oh,
Most of
okay.
it, yeah,
You're just
but
thinking
I
of
think-
orgs.
I am thinking of
there
worse.
should be- Yeah, but even then, I just think there should be like.
But bribing them with the Final 5 idol, I don't know. On day 1, like, it's
But
scary
like,
to do.
that's the normal idol usually finds.
That's an idol, yeah. Idol doesn't have expert.
But
like an
okay,
idol
but when you
doesn't
find that
have-
idol, you don't gotta do all the extra shit to do it. You gotta do
Well,
all the
now-
extra
now you
shit
do.
to do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
now you gotta, which I love. I love idols being hard to obtain. I think that's the way
I
it
think
should
it's.
be.
I dislike it only for the fact it's hard to do without getting caught.
That's
so,
the way
like,
it should be.
But
I agree with Amanda.
I want to
Yeah.
see, but it's hard to get those shocking idol plays because
How those
everyone
words
knows who
taste
has
coming out of your mouth,
idols.
Michael.
I miss when people had idols that they didn't have to fucking tell everybody about. Like,
Correct.
come
I
on.
agree with
Yes.
that too.
Yes.
No, that's why it was better the old way. Like when Russell Hantz was finding idols and throwing it in his pocket, and nobody else knew, like, until he whipped that thing. Like, besides his line, I guess we told his line some of the time, but like some of the time nobody knew till they whipped that thing out of that tribal. Like,
I think there's ways to make it difficult.
I'm not telling
But like
us-
realistically, you can find these idols by yourself. People are just
Yeah.
choosing not to.
Correct.
I get that, but it's really
It's
This
hard, but
one-
it's doable.
this one's really difficult to do without getting caught.
very
Yeah.
different.
Very difficult because you find that clue, then you have to dig up the box, then you get another clue to go find the key for the box, then you have to re-pick up the box, open the box, then you get another clue or the idol, and then
Got
you have
it.
to choose from there. That's a lot of steps to do.
I
when
think
there's
that's
only
the way
six-
it should be.
Six
It's
people
very
on the tribe. It's different if there was 10 of you and you're like not thinking, oh, we're so and so right now. Like
See, the thing I do like about it though is that like it almost makes it like with especially when it's a beware like it almost makes it like a do I even go for this or not, because a lot of the time it's not even worth it to go for at all. But it's also just, in my opinion, as much as I liked it the old way where they could just find it and throw it in their pocket, it's great TV when you have somebody like go into the box like Rome and the entire
Oh, yeah.
tribe staring at them. Just like everybody just saw exactly what you're doing. Like,
yeah,
it's-
I give you that.
When
I give you
Rome's almost fully in the water well trying to pick something out of there.
That was so funny.
I-
I literally laughed
Oh
out
my
loud.
I said that
I
out
was
And that's
hoping the
why I
tribe
like
would have
this
come up
to me. It
and
was
saw it and be
funny.
like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
So
funny.
my
I thought-
thing is, I will never see like another like a Kelly, Wentworth, where like no one knows that they have the idol and they're shocked this person
Yeah.
has the idol, and that's
Yeah.
my biggest frustration with the new idols.
I can live with it.
Give me
Well,
the surprise factor.
Well, last season people knew about the idols, and we still had 4 idiots that went home.
Yeah,
with
in a
it.
row. In a row.
Five idiots who went home. Yeah, the 4 in a row.
Yeah,
Throwing 5 in the whole season.
so Tiffany, I'll give slack to. Tiffany, I'll give slack to. The
other
rest
ones
I
were
do not.
inexcusable.
Yeah.
The
Q is the worst one. Q's the worst one.
The two got. I think Q. I would rank them Q, Hunter, Venus, and then Tiffany. But the 3, and then Gems is kind of a little bit above Tiffany's, I guess. But the 3, Q, Hunter, and Venus, not playing them was all 3 were so
terrible.
So
I
bad.
give that was awful. Especially like Hunter was fighting for his life before the votes were read. Like but no,
not too off topic with that. but
yeah, but no, I thought the whole episode was great. We got a lot of content for the Blue Tribe, which you
Yeah.
immediately know they're going to tribal.
so much.
Oh,
yellow
yeah.
again. We got so much.
So much
going
yellow.
on.
Yes.
That tribe is a mess. Like
A mess.
it's a mess. There's a lot going on there because like we already have basically like Sammy is trying to pull all the strings, but
So-
He
I
is.
think-
Sammy is pulling all the strings. He's not trying. He is pulling all the strings.
It's
You
a
guys
Sam,
realize
by
what
the
he
way.
did with you guys?
I said Sammy. I don't.
Yeah,
I
it's a Sam.
But he's
Like, do
Sam-
you guys realize what he did with the girls with his idol? He literally pulled each one of them for a separate part of the idol to pull them in to gain their trust. Each one of them separately. So
Well-
each one of them separately thinks that they have him with him, like the closest to him, which makes
was smart
in
when-
return him closer to all the rest of them.
That was smart when he realized that they were all going to know about it anyway. He only
Yeah.
told them because Annika was with him when he found the Beware manager.
Yeah.
He would not have told her, and he would
Yeah.
not have told Rachel. He only would have told
Well,
Sierra.
Well,
Yeah.
correct, but since he did have to tell them, he did it in the right
Yes,
way.
he played it very well. Once
Yes, he played it
realized
very
didn't
well.
know.
Honestly, so him
Which makes it even dumber that he took only the one tribal idol.
Yeah, him
Correct.
wanting to play the idol for Andy, I don't think is the worst move either. I think voting out Andy is a terrible move for him. Being on a tribe with them and the
Pretty
girls,
cool like him.
those two girls will want to vote Sam out.
Annika and
Next time.
Rachel.
Annika's going
Annika and
home.
Rachel would vote Sam out. So I think that like Sierra and Andy are voting with Sam though. So like he's
Yeah.
got
Yeah,
and Rachel I think is like
Rachel, I think
Worried
could be
for
swayed either
Rachel.
way. I think she seems more in the middle than with more Annika or Sam.
I
Yeah.
think Rachel though. I really like what I've seen from Rachel because like to me she's someone who like I think she's going to have the ability to gain the trust of other people in the game more than Sam is going to, and
Yeah, I
that's
agree.
like yeah.
Also, I
She's
forgot
a
to
very
mention during the Andy craziness about how he like pulled her
Oh my god, that was so bad.
off the shelter to go talk to her after she told him that's a bad idea because there's gonna people are gonna see that and they're gonna and she asked him do not do
Don't
that
do it.
and then he woke her up and woke everyone up by waking her up to go to the beach to talk.
And talk about nothing.
Talking about nothing.
Talk about nothing. And she was like, "Don't do this to me." Like we're like, and also too, I don't know if you guys know, Rachel also an alternate. Okay, has applied and tried to get on for a long time. So imagine like being on the beach, you're finally on Survivor, and you have some idiot trying to pull you, and single you out against
middle of the
everybody
night.
else in the middle of the night and ruin your game that you tried so hard and so long to get on. No, fuck that.
That was
Fuck
awful.
that. Awful.
Yeah.
He is a bad player. I mean,
yeah.
I just think that like again,
He's having a bad
I've
job.
said it before. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. Just because Survivor makes you take a psych test doesn't mean you have to pass it.
Yeah.
I did like you said, Kishan's approach to the game about how he's like, look, I'm the exact opposite of Rome.
Yeah.
I'm not here to be flashy. I'm here to take a step back and let things happen.
With that simple confessional boosted way up for me. Like I was
Yeah.
like,
same.
I was like this like when they are showing that as like that's your content, like I feel like that is a good thing in the
Correct.
second
Yeah.
half.
I like Keyshawn way more in the episode than I did in the preseason interview. Way more.
I feel so the person I feel really bad about after these 2 episodes is Kyle. I feel like Kyle
I like Kyle.
but he was given a raw deal because TK kind of blew up himself. And it's not his fault he was on the outs. It's TK's fault he was on the outs.
But you know what? I don't think Kyle's going home. I don't think he's going to go home next if they go to
I don't think so either.
tribal
I
again.
think
He's not. People like Kyle.
I don't think so either. I need this like to me he almost seems like we haven't really seen the personality from him, but it could be more of a good thing where I think he's just trying to be a bit more reserved, where I think the person on that tribe we have not talked about yet is Caroline or Carolyn.
Caroline.
Caroline?
I think it's Caroline.
Oh.
Caroline, yeah. I don't know how that girl got cast on the show. Like, what did they see in her? What did they?
Has she had any confessionals?
Yeah, she talked when Gabe was trying to get her into the alliance, and then she was like, "I don't trust him," and then she almost told everybody about it.
Yeah.
So like, I think she. I mean, like you said, I don't think Kyle is going to be the vote, and I think Sue is a little more outspoken. So I could see Caroline being in trouble for that regard. But like,
yeah,
just game aside, though, like she's the like this cast was really strong, and she's the one person where I'm just like, unless they thought she was going to be another like Emily, that someone that's bland like that is just going to come out and just be a complete bitch on the island. Like I don't
her
know.
tribe went to tribal. Her tribe went to tribal, and we still don't know anything about her. Like she casted a vote this game already, and we still don't know anything about her game or what she wants to do or who she wants to align with or nothing.
Well, she wants to align with Sue. We saw that.
And Sue impressed me a lot too. She
was good to challenge.
She came to play, and I love that. She goes, I'm not no fucking here for no experience.
Yeah, and do you know what I love too? So like this is a little small thing, but like aside from that, I liked her personality and the way she talked to people. Is like she knew that TK and that group was targeting her, and she didn't panic. She did not panic at all. She stayed calm and confident.
She trusted her allies.
Exactly. And I liked seeing that, especially early in the game. Like, you have to put trust in these people, and you have to play it calm.
She did the exact opposite what Andy did. Andy felt like he was in trouble, and he went down the hill. And Sue found out she was in trouble, and she stayed calm,
She's
cool,
like twice her
collective.
age. Like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
She is.
I'm gonna come full circle of what I was talking about earlier, and like each tribe has such a good story going on. Like there's no boring tribe of like not really anything going on or everyone being kumbaya. There's a lot of like gaming going on already, and it's only episode 2. Like I feel good about the entertainment value of this season. I really do.
And when Red goes, like
I'm ready.
Because literally their target has the idol, so it's like
Yes.
It's good for one tribal, and then he's for sure playing it. Like he has to be playing it, right?
I love rounds like that when the target has the idol.
So I have no idea who's gonna go home on that track. Maybe what's her name? The one girl that had one confessional. What's her name?
Genevieve.
Genevieve.
So
Yeah.
this is my thing. I'm gonna go out on a limb and make. I was getting this earlier, and I said we'll save it for when we talk about what Rome's gonna do with his idol. My thing is, I think that Rome is going to realize that people are giving him sketchy vibes. And he's going to be on the bottom, and I think that he's going to play that idol, and I think he's going to take out a big threat with the idol because I think those people are going to be confident enough to realize that he's not. They're going to think he's going to be dumb enough to not play it, so they're still going to get majority votes on him, and then unless they have a backup, like someone to just throw a vote or two on that they don't feel great about, there's like a 4-person alliance. I could see Rome playing that idol and sending home whoever he wants. Like I could totally see that.
I could totally see that as well.
Asia or
Can you imagine if it was Asia?
Oh my god.
That's who it would be, I think. That's really who I think his vote would be.
Yeah.
Imagine Teeny after she just showed everyone the idol she went home on.
Yeah.
Oh,
that would be
funny.
funny.
Good.
Yeah, so we're getting like when that tribe goes to tribal, we're getting something good at the very least. And then like you said with the other 2 tribes, like Blue is really going to be interesting the next time they go to tribal.
Yeah, and they will be. Like I said, I don't think Kyle's going home. I think Tiana could be in trouble.
I think Gabe could even be in trouble if he without the idol if he continues
played
to
his idol for no fucking reason. Oh, it's gonna be a mad dash for that idol on Blue Tribe. They're gonna be running for that idol.
Blue is gonna be so messy. Yellow is gonna be a mess the next time they
We love to see it.
Like I said, there are like you said, there are good storylines on all the tribes right now. And aside from the Red Tribe, who they haven't gone to tribal, there's a few of them we haven't seen much from. Like we've got,
but there's still craziness going on. Yeah, there's still good stuff going on. This is like honestly a season that if there wasn't a swap, I don't think I'm gonna mind.
I still would like to see a swap.
So far, because like I did like 45 and 46, but the pre-merges for neither of those seasons were not that good. Like I think like I could already confidently say this will be a better pre-merge at the very least.
It's looking to be that way.
I liked 45, but there was something missing from it for me.
Yes, me too. I could not get into 45.
I really liked 45.
I liked 46 more than 40. I don't know how you say that and hate 46 that much because 45 was a terrible season until like the final 7 or 8. Like there was maybe one good vote until the final 7 of the game.
I agree.
It wasn't loaded with morons. That's why.
I mean,
it was.
Morons is fun. It's a fun.
Season 45's cast is probably like my second to least favorite out of all the new era.
I don't get it.
I like Jake. If you take Jake out of that cast, it is probably the worst for me.
I dislike Jake the most.
I didn't like Jake that much.
I hated Jake.
I love Jake on my television. I didn't say he was a good player, but
I hated Jake on my
television.
television.
Drags that cast down. But...
No, Emily boosted it up.
Emily boosted it up.
Jake away.
Yeah, Emily boosted up. Who was the final 5 in that season again?
Julie, D, Austin, Jake, and Katura. Katura sucked.
Katura was awful.
All right, so who? All right, so who? Pick 3 people who you could see, like not in the best position, like you could see long term, like this person could make a run towards the end game to win the game.
You can't make that prediction this early.
I think you can a little bit at least.
Who do you feel confident in?
Who do you have faith in? Yeah, who do you have
No,
faith is going to do well?
Rachel's my winner pick.
Yeah, Rachel probably.
Yeah, I like Rachel as well. I think Rachel's.
I don't know,
I
something
think,
about Keyshawn. I think he's gonna go deep.
yeah, like you said, like that one confessional from him that he said was just like just a way to make me feel like, okay, this guy got it. He understands it.
And he was the person not picked in our draft, so he's gonna.
I'm gonna go with Sierra. I think Sierra is going to do well.
I would like to see Sierra play once Sam is gone, because Sam's not going very.
My biggest issue with Sierra is that she already threw up the red flag for me when she goes, I don't want to play the idol for Andy, but I'm aligned with Sam, so that's what I'm going to do. So
Well, it's not Sierra's idol. It doesn't matter what the fuck she wants to do with it.
yeah,
Right.
but I'm just saying, like, she put up no resistance to it.
I think, Michael, you said you don't think Sam's going to go far.
I think he's going like 8th or 7th.
Yeah.
I can
So
see that
he's not
too.
far.
Same thing with Tiana.
I don't see him going in the pre-merge, but I see
Yeah,
like
I said, I see like early mid jury.
yeah, I totally do see that. I don't know, like we haven't gotten enough from him, but I like Soul for some
Me
reason.
too.
I do.
Me too.
Yeah, I like Soul too.
I love him. I don't know what
Dude,
it is.
he's a fucking tank.
strong dude.
Yeah,
He's
he is a
strong
fucking tank.
dude. And,
Strong,
like,
silent type.
yeah, so we need to get a little more from them to really like see stuff. I don't think this was a great episode for Tiana, and I was a little higher on her, but I'm indifferent on
Yeah,
her right
I could see her maybe going if that blue tribe loses again.
now.
like
Yeah,
Tiana.
then I like her too. That's why I said I'm indifferent.
Mhm.
But it's like that with a lot of these people. But I think Rachel is the person just based off edit and vibes that's the person I feel the best about from what we've been saying.
Could you just a hypothetical?
Gabe and Sam have gotten the most screen time by far, but they're both
By
playing way too
Yeah.
hard.
What if Sue made a run at it? Like, what if
Well,
she
Wouldn't
did?
Wouldn't shock me.
Wouldn't shock me either.
I love her energy. I don't know. She's probably one of my favorite older
She's
people to
relatable.
play.
She's relatable.
I want Gabe and Sue to be like this great duo so bad. Like
Me too.
Yeah.
Because like Gabe is, while he's playing hard, like he's fun. Like
He is. He said his favorite player was Russell Hantz, and he wants to bring that type of survivor back to television, he said. So he's kind of playing a little bit like Russell.
I love that he's saying that. The one thing I heard, I think he said he wants to be like on the Mount Rushmore of the new era or something. And when I heard
love that confidence.
I love it, but when I heard that, I'm like, all right, he's not winning, or he's
No.
so that's what I thought. But like, I want Gabe to do well, very much.
Yeah.
So like, I hope that he smartens up. I was almost yelling at him through my screen for playing that idol on himself.
I know.
What are you doing?
Yeah, because like
he set himself up so nicely to make this great move, and then like you ruin it all by just wasting that. Like
apparently TK said that he told him he needed to play it to take the. I don't know. TK is weird though. We didn't even talk about the boot of TK was so good.
It was good.
Do we think TK really does?
I thought it was obvious, but he
he
definitely did.
He had no idea he was going home.
No, he had no idea he was going home.
He didn't, but the way the edit showed us, the things he was saying makes me think he did it to himself, because that dude was.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
Did. He totally did it to himself.
He did to himself.
Yeah, and he admits it on his exit interview. Like he knows that he said that.
Kyle even told him, go apologize to her. Like,
Damage was already done.
He said no. Yeah, he did say too in his exit interview that Sue would not give him the time of day ever. Sue never liked him from the very beginning.
He said at Tribal that that Sue didn't give him the time to like reach out and play the social game, but like in the edit you're not going to see.
So I thought it was a terrible move. If you don't trust Gabe, why are you trying to include him into this 4? I feel like Caroline would have been a much better 4 than Gabe.
I agree.
Yeah. And I think if they would have went that route, they might have been able to control things.
Yeah.
I think taking somebody that's so reckless like Gabe was, like, is just a bad idea in my opinion.
Yeah, and it's like I would have understood it more if like him and Gabe seemed like they were like bro, like he was with Kyle, and if
Yeah.
Gabe was with him and Kyle like broing down and like they were talking about all this stuff, but like we got that content of like that Gabe was struggling to fit in with them socially a little bit. So like that's where I was like, so why at that point if he's being sketchy as a player and struggling to fit in with you guys socially, and he's clearly like putting time in with Sue, like at that point, why don't you try to bring in Caroline?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That girl's
Yeah.
just gonna go. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like,
She wanted to just
yeah.
latch onto somebody.
Yeah.
So
And now, like, if she wants to, she could latch on with Gabe and Sue, and that's the majority because there are only 5 people on that tribe. So that could still be a thing because we have got Gabe has made it very clear, like that's his 3. Like it's
Right.
Sue and Caroline. Like Gabe wants to align with the weaker people. Like he wants to be the head of the alliance. He doesn't want to be the second or third person. Like
no, he wants
No.
to be the one leading the charge.
yeah,
Which isn't a bad strategy.
it's not, but like he's playing very hard comparatively to some of these people. Like
Yeah. But he did say, TK did say in his exit interview, which I was very proud of, that he's like, I just assumed Gabe was talking to nobody because I never seen him talk to Sue or Caroline. So he's
Yeah.
very conscious about talking to them in front of people, which is very
that's
smart.
very smart.
So that's something that obviously wasn't shown, like giving us like that content. And TK did say that in his exit interview that I just assumed he wasn't talking game with anybody because I just never seen him
Right.
talk game with anybody. But that's how you're supposed to play it, TK. You're not
Exactly.
supposed
That's
to
what
make
you're
it
supposed to. No,
obvious.
you.
So
TK just wasn't Survivor knowledgeable enough.
no,
Yeah,
and you can't
Should've put him on
show
the
up.
challenge.
You can't show up your tribe either in front of everybody either.
That was bad.
No, that was bad.
Really bad, really bad. Yeah. Like so, but yeah, I think solid 2 episodes. Hopefully
Very much
it
so.
keeps going. Yeah,
oh
I'm
man, like,
very anxious.
I'm excited. Like after the first episode, like I was excited to get home from work Wednesday night, have it recorded, and like watch that whole thing right there. Like I was, like I said, I think the second episode was better than the first one. I really
agree.
do.
I thought it was from the start to finish. It was entertaining the whole way.
Right.
Yeah.
Even the challenge, even though I knew, I thought I did like they changed up the formula of that challenge just a little bit too.
Yeah.
With the snake thing, instead of
That's
having one
cool.
person do it, they
Yeah.
work as a
Mhm.
team. I thought that was fun.
And TK said during his exit interview that Kyle, or was not Kyle, it was
Gabe. He thinks Gabe might have threw it.
Yeah, he thinks Gabe might have threw it.
He thinks he threw it. That's interesting.
Yeah, so I wonder what we'll see if that's the truth or not.
I think we
going
would
to the same spot the whole time.
I think we might have gotten, like, I think Gabe is the type that would have straight up told us in the confessional if he threw it, though.
Oh
Like-
yeah, big time.
Oh no, I if we see it in the next episode, I'll believe it. But it wouldn't surprise me if they kept that confessional for the next episode either,
Yeah.
just to keep suspense of is it going to really be TK?
I don't think he threw that challenge.
I don't think he did either. I just think they were bad at it.
Really bad, yeah.
But is there anything else that you guys want to mention before we get out of here?
Oh, one more
No.
thing. I had to plug this in, so I'm standing in this weird spot. But what did you guys think of the rice thing where Jeff?
Oh yeah!
Oh, that was so
Genius!
funny.
That was so
Genius.
good.
I can't believe no one's ever done that before in a challenge.
That's what I couldn't believe either. I'm like, no, someone had to
Yeah.
have tried this before, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I thought they should have been able to take it.
Oh, I agree.
Production-
Like, if
I
you actually
also heard
take it,
that production
to
is the
me, it
one
was
that
fair
stopped
game.
it. Production
I-
was the one that stopped it. Jeff didn't notice.
My take.
Jeff didn't notice. Someone on production didn't.
No, someone in production told them. Yeah,
That's
For
what I said,
sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said Jeff. I thought you said Jeff himself saw it. Sorry.
No, I said production is the one that saw it and told Jeff about it.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. That's
you're
absolutely
right.
happened.
Yeah, you're 100% right.
My
man.
bad.
I thought she should have been allowed to take it
Me too.
First
I
of
agree.
all, second of all, when they I don't know if you noticed while the challenge was going on, they showed her reach in there and then put it in her pocket. I
Yeah.
thought she grabbed an advantage that was in there and put it in her pocket.
Oh,
So what I was saying in our draft chat thing the other day, I was like, if I was her, maybe this is just me being way too into Survivor and big brain about it, but like I would have been pissed that Jeff called that out because that would have made me think that other people think I was looking for an advantage in there. And
Yeah.
that would have
See-
rubbed me the wrong way.
See,
That
why don't we just hide advantages like that? Like just random places like
well,
at the
they have
challenge.
before. They have
Yeah,
before.
and those have been
Like,
exciting.
and they have been. And that's why I was like, I would have been so mad if I was her. And Jeff called me out for that because at that point, if I'm someone like Gabe or Sam who is like all over the place in this game, I see that and I'm thinking, oh, she was looking for an advantage in there, not Rice. Like that's what I'm thinking.
I'm
So,
interested to
Right.
see the next episode if anyone on her tribe had anything to say about
they
it.
were pretty lighthearted about it.
but no, but they played it like you said this the other day, Amanda, too, and I remembered that when you just brought it up. Like they were very lighthearted about it, so maybe I am thinking into it too much, but I would have been a little upset if I were her that I got called out for that.
I don't think
because
I don't think she has a target on her at all for that.
No,
She might
I
not.
don't either. But she should have been allowed to take the race.
I agree.
I think we all agree on that.
Yeah, I think like that's genius.
Oh, it is.
Like, please let me just let it happen. Just let it happen. But yeah, I think that's it. Really loved the second episode. Thought the premiere was good. Hopefully it
Same.
keeps getting better. I love seeing a big blind side this early on in the season.
Mhm.
Kyle's reaction was great. But yeah, what do you guys think of the first 2 episodes of Survivor 47? If you made it this far, thank you guys for watching. Until next time, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.